that's just the mood after working all day with members of the public. Okay, time to take things seriously. I just wanted to film a quick introduction to this video just to explain what it's all about. So as a recent contemporary dance graduate, for the past couple of months, I've just been navigating how to balance including everything I want and need to be doing in order to pursue a professional dance career. Like learning how to balance my training, like maintaining my training alongside having a muggle job in the meantime. I thought this video might be really helpful for anybody who's in a similar position and has no idea where to start, because when I first graduated, I just felt so in the dark about everything, and I was panicking a bit because I just didn't even know where to start. So I thought I'd just give you a few ideas by filming what I do in a week and what a typical week might look like for me, in case that's helpful for someone, because I know that for me it would have been really helpful if I could have had someone telling me what to do or give me ideas of what I could be doing whilst looking for a job, just to make it all feel a little bit less daunting. So I thought I'd just film a little vlog of what I do in a week in case it's helpful for anybody. Disclaimer, when I filmed this vlog, this was last week now, it was a very good week for me. I was feeling very motivated. It's not like that all the time. Today, I was doing the same thing I did in the vlog today as I did last Tuesday, and it was a rough day. It was so hard. I just didn't want to do any of it. But you have to keep on it. You have to be consistent, and you have to do it, even if you don't want to do it. That is the key. Pushing yourself, taking responsibility to keep yourself consistent. Commitment, guys. So today is Monday. On Mondays, I have a full day at work, as well as on Fridays and every other weekend. It's a part-time employment because I wanted to make sure I wasn't completely losing time and energy for my real passions and letting work take over. I genuinely do lose the will to live if I feel like I can't do the things I want to do because of societal needs like paying bills. So this number of work days works really well for me, but I'll explain more later in the video. Here I'm just getting the blanket my cat really loves all set up for him, and then I put all the plushies I've been gifted in the past on my bed. It's so funny how predictable cats are. He was on there almost immediately. This looks so appetizing, but for breakfast I had porridge. I usually have granola, which I make myself, but I didn't have any of that today because I didn't have time, so that's what I had for breakfast. I usually read as I eat breakfast because I really try to limit screen time in the mornings. At least for an hour or so, but obviously not today because I'm filming a vlog. I've also set myself a reading goal for this year, which I'm trying to keep up with, and that book is so long. I'm reading it at the moment. But anyway, then we get ready for work and we head off, looking really happy about it. Honestly, my work day today, though, really was not that bad. I was in the takeaway shed, which meant I was not serving in the chaos that is the cafe, so it was actually quite chill, and here's me shutting down before the end of the day. Today, so I did shifts 9 till 6, and then we're in a week in April where we have a lot of birthdays in my family within like a week of each other. There's like 4 of us, so it's my birthday in 3 days. It was my nan's birthday a couple of days ago, and it's my 2 of my cousins' birthdays today. We do like a little gathering where our whole family comes together to celebrate like all of those birthdays. So we did that this evening. So that's what I did after work today. We just had like a family meal. I had a really good lasagna. My contracted days that I work are Mondays and Fridays, and then I also have to work every other weekend. But I'm part-time employed so that I can balance saving money and making a living with having enough time to maintain the training that I need and the fitness that I need. And it's taken a lot of adjusting to figure out how I can fit my training and everything around that, and like, you know, the energy levels and making sure I have enough rest days. And I recognize that I'm in a privileged position where I can do that, because I know a lot of people really struggle with that because they need full-time jobs to support rent or to support, you know, their life costs. But I currently live at home, and I'm in a good position where I'm not required to pay my parents anything for living here. So it's really easy for me to save money So this is like a balance that is working for me and my position in life at the moment. But yeah, so we just got back from my nan's from doing that, so now I'm just getting back into the routine that I do. And I developed this when I was training at uni, because I found that it was best for me to maintain like a healthy body while I was dancing so intensely. And I found that stretching and rolling out every single night before I go to bed really helps. So that's what I do. We're not messing around with this. Re-roll. Don't forget the hammies. I put my other leg on top to give it more weight. To really get in there. I get really tight muscle, like here, this muscle along the shin that goes along like this part of the leg. So I kind of get on there like this. I'm debating whether or not to film this one because it's a bit of a suggestive one, but quads. you know, you got it. So I think it really makes a difference. If you're massaging on carpet or if you're on a solid floor, I find I get a deeper massage if I'm on the wooden floor over there than if I'm on the carpet. I think I'm just gonna film a time lapse of me stretching because that's just long otherwise. And then just lie in these positions on each leg for a while. If you're a dancer, you probably know this stretch pretty well. I'm trying to keep on top of it. I get really stiff back at work, so hopefully this is doing some good. This is what I do every single evening. Consistency is key, guys, especially when you're an athlete. All right, Tuesday morning, gym morning. This is me, my peanut butter and banana toast. Before I go to the gym, upper body day today. Disclaimer, I am an absolute noob at the gym. I have no idea what I'm talking about. This is just what works for me and what I do at the gym at the moment. Tuesday morning and one other time during the week is when I usually try to go to the gym, but life sometimes just happens. So I usually start on the benches, but I'm going to be honest, I really hate the benches, so I usually only do like 2 exercises and then I move on to the cable machine because I love the cable machine. Yeah, my camera fell over. I don't know how people film the gym. It was so awkward. Gymfluencers, I have no idea how you do it. It's just so awkward. Also, if you couldn't tell, I'm doing this voiceover outside, so that's what the bird noises are. But yeah, a bit of biceps, bit of triceps, bit of shoulders, bit of lats, bit of chest. I'm trying to get that ballet boy physique. And also, it's kind of important generally if you're a dancer. Like, back strength is really important for turning and things like that. Of course, now we got to flex a bit. I want to see if it reminds me of that, like, Donkey Kong sound effect. I think it is. Then got one of these because I was tipped yesterday and it was just enough. Am I trying to eat more clean? Yes. Do I like crisps? Also yes. Okay, so while I warm up a bit, I'll just explain what I usually try and book some space like once a week, but it's usually more like once every couple of weeks to do some kind of self-practice because I'm building up towards filming something for an audition, like a self-tape. I'm wanting to practice it a lot before I film it. Before I go to the space today, I'm gonna do like 45-minute ballet class just in my kitchen and just warm myself up a bit, and then I'm gonna go to the hall, maybe do a bit of improv, bit of my own dancing before I then get to practicing what I'm gonna film. I haven't done ballet in a while, so this is going to be painful. Okay, so what I usually do is I follow one of Catherine Morgan's videos. I really like her online videos, and because I'm currently really obsessed with Star Wars at the moment, she actually has a Star Wars ballet class, so I'm gonna do that. Here we go, that's the one. I feel like I should just do a disclaimer. I am not a ballet dancer. Before anyone thinks I'm claiming to be and then it's like, he's awful. Mm-mm. Alright, so I did a lot of that class. I did 45 minutes, enough to be feeling it. But now I'm gonna get ready to go to the practice space. Tried to do an artsy shot of me entering the space. Did it work? If you didn't notice, this isn't a dance studio, but we work with what we have. I probably will start with some improv, and I might film a little segment of that. I will probably post it on my dance Instagram, which I could either put the @ on the screen or somehow link it if you were interested. But I've been really obsessed with the song Creep by Radiohead, so I'll probably dance to that. It's like in my head on a loop. Okay, so I've practiced the material and I've ran through and I've kind of like figured out how it goes with the track that I'm using. And I feel fairly confident in performing it. There are a few little bits I need to like keep practicing. It's just, I need to give myself a break because I think the reason why I keep falling out of it is because my body is fatigued, because I've pretty much been dancing non-stop for like an hour, longer if you include the ballet. So I'm just gonna take a breather for the last half an hour. I'll try and film it and not like capture the final video, but film so I have like at least a version of it, and also to see how long it is, because I need to know if it's over a minute or not, or if I need to add anything or what. So why can I not do that? I did it. I'm gonna try it at this angle. I don't know why I'm so bloated right now. You can see it in the video and I hate it. I'll sit beside and watch them play. Stop. Cut the cameras. Okay, we're trying again one more time from this angle. I've done it. I've done it. I've done it. I've done it. So yeah, the plan now is just to go in and have a shower and probably just like play Animal Crossing. I'll probably shower, relax, rest. Rest is really important, guys. If you do not rest, you do not perform your best. Life mantra. Okay, it is Wednesday morning. I have brought my guinea pigs in. We got the piggies. I try and sit with them like this, like multiple times a week, just because bonding time, and they're just cute. While I have them in the kitchen with me, I might just do a few tasks. Anyway, so I have tasks I need to do. I need to phone the GP, which I think is just going to take forever. And then I usually, once a week, I try and sit and check all of the like jobs boards that I have saved on my laptop, because I've got like a favorites tab with all of the dance websites that I can check to see if there's any auditions on there. And I will try and share with you the websites that I check, because I'm not trying to gatekeep from people who are in the same position as me. Like, if I had somebody to tell me, like, check these websites, like, do this, do that, I would have felt a lot more comfortable not feeling like I'm missing out on things that are being advertised and I just don't know about them. So I'll be that person for you guys, and I'll share you what I check, but I don't know if it's just what I've found. Like, I don't know if there's better places to check or what. The first thing I would say to do that has been really helpful is, if there are any companies that you know of that you would want to be part of, sign up to their newsletter, because they send out emails if they're having auditions or if they're doing workshops or like anything like that. And if you're on their newsletter, you'll be the first to know about it. So any companies you find that you're even slightly interested in, sign on to their newsletter, which usually there's an option to do that on their website. So here I have my folder of websites to check. So the first website I check is called auditions.com. I just go on the auditions section and scan through those. So it can feel quite overwhelming because of the amount of posts that are on the tab, but usually I can narrow them down pretty quickly, because the first one I looked at said ages 17 to 21, which obviously I'm too old for that one. And this one's in Romania, so I can't do that one either. And this one's in South Korea. See, this is the issue I have a lot of the time, is that I can only work in England, and a lot of the time they're not in England, so we move. Right, so there's nothing on there. So the next one, just a website called Dancing Opportunities and their auditions category. They also have an Instagram you can follow. They're just called Dancing Opportunities. It is really frustrating when like all of the auditions you find are just in another country. And I really wish I did have the ability to have, you know, all my options open. But I cannot afford the flights and, like, you know, the nights over that it would take. Because it's not just, oh, I'll apply an audition and then if I get the job, I'll go there. Like, a lot of the time you have to go in person to an audition or, like, stay overnight. It costs money and I just can't do that. And yeah, it's really frustrating. Right, so the next website I look at is openauditions.uk, and they have things like cruises, and they had at one point like the BBC and Disney, of course, so like, you know, there's a lot of different things. Oh, he's so funny. He's so funny. He's so silly. He complains a lot. Alright, so the next place I look is a site called Mandy. You do need a membership to use this site, which I just signed on for a year membership because I thought it'd be worth it, because it was only, I think, £30 when I signed up. And it's just, I mean, all of these companies post on here if they need anything, and even like, you know, smaller student projects or anything like that post on here, and like even just the experience would be good to have. I've done a few applications on here. I filmed a self-tape last week for, I think it was an advert, and I also have a membership on Universal Extras, just in case they ever need an extra that can dance, but you need a membership for that one as well. Alright, so I submitted 2 applications on Monday, I think it was 2, yeah. Because they advertise for things like dances for music videos, which I think would be really cool. And even if it's unpaid, it's good for your show reel. So, next one, we've got danceplatform.com, and I look at the companies section. Also, something that's worth mentioning is that my uni, once you've graduated for a year, sends out like a newsletter kind of email to its alumni, and in the letter it has like every week a list of auditions that you could maybe go to. So what I do is I check those and then save the websites that they're from, because if my uni obviously knows where to find those things, I'm then going to save websites that they're looking at. Okay, the last one I check is danceauditions.com with 2 S's. There's quite a lot to look at here. So I'll look at this, and then I'll look at Universal Extras, which is an app that I have. But because that's mainly acting, I don't usually find anything on there. Okay, so this is Wednesday evening. I usually have a contemporary dance class I go to on Wednesdays, so this is me just travelling there. I really love this class because we start with 40 minutes of like Pilates, conditioning kind of stuff, before then going into like learning a routine, which I think is just really ideal for me. Yeah, and then this is just me on my way back afterwards. I've really missed dancing to actual songs with lyrics and things. I feel like it really just connects with me, you know, it allows me to perform a lot better, I guess. But I couldn't get any footage of that, so this is all I have for that. Alright, it's Friday morning. I have work again today, but yesterday was my birthday, and I didn't film because I wasn't really doing anything like relevant to the topic of the video because it was my birthday. But I'm trying to decide whether or not to film anything for the rest of the week or not, because the rest of this week also I'm not doing anything relevant to the video. I'm going to be doing more next week, so I don't know if I should leave it and then carry on the rest of the video at some point in the future, or if I just explain like what I would normally do. I think because I have every other weekend off, the weekends I have off, I try to have at least one rest day, which is usually Sunday. So Saturdays I usually go to a class in the mornings, which is a contemporary dance class, and it's an hour and a half long. I try to go swimming at some point during the week, but at the moment I can't because I'm still like waiting for this to heal. So yeah, that's everything I normally do. Next week I'm going to be filming my audition for the company that I'm auditioning for. So that I'm going to be spending quite a lot of time doing that. But other than that, this is pretty much roughly what I try and do. I usually try and go to the gym another time during the week. Like I maybe would have gone normally yesterday on a Thursday and done like a bit of leg training, which is catered towards dance and what helps with dancing, and maybe a bit of abs, but I've never done abs in the gym before, so that would have been a new thing. So this is why I'm kind of like, do I wait and film more or do I just leave it? Because I have other videos I want to film, so I could maybe just film another one at some point again, but like it's not really gonna, I don't think it would be that interesting because it's not really gonna change very much. It's just gonna be the same things. It's just gym and classes. that's pretty much it, which you've seen already. So yeah, it's just consistency. And if it helps, I have a physical diary with the weeks so that I can properly plan and organize my time with what I'm doing. I mean, this is a good example. I've written it all out. So I've got work Mondays. Tuesday I did ballet at home, then trained at the village hall. I went to the gym. Wednesday was a rest day and admin jobs until the contemporary class in the evening. Thursday was a bit of ballet and then the gym. And then Friday I did work. Saturday was a dance class, and I also went to the gym that day as well. And then Sunday was a rest day. So it really helps to like know what you want to get done in the week and then choose a day to get it all done, and then you can like balance it out. And if you don't get it done, then you have it written down so you don't forget, and then you can move it to another day the following week. Like I find it really useful to just keep track of everything by writing it down. Yeah, I'm gonna say that that's it for this video so that I can edit it and get on with more interesting videos, because this one is probably just for the professional performing artists that need a bit of help. So yeah, I hope it was helpful.